If he wasn't getting worked up about the family business that ran Cranberry Crunch, the nation's most popular breakfast cereal, or getting hot under the collar over some article he had just read in the Daily Telegraph, Lord Cecil Allard would be letting off steam to Cynthia. "Those damn bastards are ruining us, Cynthia. I knew I shouldn't have appointed them. Should have known better. Losing my touch. If I'm not careful, they'll piss our entire marketing budget away on some damn TV campaign that wins those arseholes accolades and loses me business. Awards? Who needs them? No more than bloody farts in a paper bag, if you ask me. Do you hear me, Cynthia? Bloody farts in a paper bag. You listen to me, girl?" Cynthia grunted and then farted rather loudly herself. "Yes, I knew you'd agree with me, old girl." The thing about wild boar is that they are incredibly loyal and extremely intelligent creatures. You really do know where you stand with a wild boar, and you could certainly get a great deal more common sense out of your average wild boar than the man on the street. This, at any rate, was the view held by Lord Cecil Allard. All right, it's coming." He sprinkled feed into the trough, as well as scattering some on the ground. Lord Allard had been the first in the country to start a herd of wild boar, and had purchased the stock from some surplus animals in London Zoo. Having successfully reared these prize-winning beasts on the small holding attached to his estate, he had been supplying the likes of Harrods Food Hall and other select butchers up and down the country. An 8-month-old boar is half the weight of a pig the same age, and they produce litters less frequently than pigs, and when they do, produce fewer offspring. As a result, wild boar will never be cheap meat. So in short, they made bloody good meat, not to mention bloody good listeners. He closed the gate to the pig pen and worked his way through the walled kitchen garden and the orangery, which led him to the back of the house. It was a sizable property for a family of 4, but now that he was on his Todd, it was positively gargantuan. His wife had run off with a plumber 3 years ago, and their 2 children had flown the nest with their respective partners, but were both an integral part of the family business. Mark Allard, the eldest son, was the company's finance director. He was well qualified, having breezed through the accountancy exams with flying colours. His younger brother, Tarquin, was a talented artist and had studied portrait painting at the Royal College of Art. On graduating, his father had persuaded him to join the family business as its marketing manager, a position he had never felt particularly well qualified or comfortable with. Lord Allard plonked his tired frame in his favourite room, the kitchen, and warmed himself by the Aga. There, on the table before him, lay the latest accounts and sales projections from Mark. They were not very encouraging. Having been a market-leading breakfast cereal for more years than Lord Allard could remember, these latest figures for Cranberry Crunch were very worrying indeed. He took hold of the phone. It may have been a Sunday morning, but this was important. He wasn't going to wait until Monday. "Hello, is that Helen?" "Yes, I do know that it is Sunday, and I am well aware that it is 6:30 in the morning. Well, some of us had breakfast and read the Telegraph and fed the porkers." "I said porkers, not walkers. Wouldn't want to feed them. Bloody trespassing on my land. Buggers don't need feeding. They need shooting. No, I didn't phone to tell you that. I wanted a word with your husband." "What do you mean he's not available?" "He's what? He's snoring? My God, he sounds just like Cynthia." "No, I haven't shacked up with some woman." "Who do you take me for?" "Cynthia is one of the porkers." "I said porkers, woman. Can't you get it into your thick head that I can't abide walkers? And I most definitely haven't shacked up with one of them. I suggest you give him a sharp prod in the ribs then." "No, I'm not trying to be rude. Yes, I know you have a PhD. I'm not saying that you are stupid, although I know plenty of people with PhDs who are frankly thick as pig shit." At this point, the phone went dead. That ghastly woman was impossible. If the truth be known, all bloody women were impossible. There was nothing for it but to revisit Cynthia. She was the only bloody female he could talk to.